Fasten your seatbelts. We're heading from PA to LA for Kevin's birthday solo concert. Let's go! Hi everyone! It's been such a long time. I feel like I always say that with my videos, but this time it's actually going to be a really unique video. Like, literally so many 1% situations happen, and yeah, so we're actually going to be making a quick travel vlog. This would be like my first one because it's like my first solo trip I'm doing like this, and it's November 25th, so you can probably figure it out. Sorry, I'm like half asleep. It's like 5 a.m. And I barely got like any sleep all week. But yeah, so I'm in the middle of making some coffee and making some for my parents too, because apparently I am going to Newark Airport and I'm going to see Kevin Wu for his first solo ticketed performance in the States, and it's going to be in his home area in LA and Los Angeles and West Hollywood. So yeah, so stay tuned, and I'll like eventually put all this together, and you guys, I'll try my best to like take you virtually along with me for those of you that weren't able to go. So you know, just stay tuned and see you in the next part. I'll try to see what I can do for getting some footage on the road and maybe from the air and when I'm in California and all. So see you soon. So here's the start of being on the road, about to get on the turnpike. So, alright, so doing that at 4 o'clock in the morning and not really sleeping, it will be pretty rough. Well, I wanted to plan it over a month ago, but it all worked together last minute. Thanks be to God. So. Yeah, I remember my godmother, Lillian. She said that when she was driving, once got hit by one of those. I said, oh. Say again? Yeah. Exactly. Some behind the scenes. Basically, we were en route. Our family friend, which was a good friend of my father throughout the years, who's like an uncle to me, he ended up deciding to last minute take me to the airport. So I wouldn't have to basically transfer for 3 different trains to get to Newark Airport. So that's what we're talking about, being difficult to do this early in the morning. I keep hearing about how nice Europe is now compared to what it was even 10 years or so ago. Oh, Colombia. And he said how one of our dollars is 5 of theirs. And he said that they opened up 2 VA facilities. And with you being a veteran, you can go to any VA facility in the world, I believe. So he's going to go, you know, he had dental work, eye work, and I think it was something else. And he said he got it all done at the same time, and it only cost him $75.
You said this is down in Colombia?
In Colombia.
Oh, yeah.
So he had a compelling information about it. But I have to get Dad's passport renewed. And come to think, I have to do that before December ends. Or you have to go through the process of having a whole new passport. But I didn't have mine expedited, and that was another thing that happened that was, you know, just God sent. When I talked to Governor's Outreach about what happened, they said, well, what I could do is I could come in because of it being a little different sometimes with government because of, you know, Dad. So she said she'll walk me through it and Mom to make sure we do it the right way. And she said that, you know, originally I thought she was going to charge us relating to it because of the notary and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, nope, it's not a charge at all. Just wanted to make sure you guys were able to do it successfully.
Yeah.
And then after that, she said that, when are you planning to fly out? I said, well, it's not set in stone, but if it does work out on the 25th. And she was like, well, it's going to be awfully tight because you might not get your passport renewed back. And I think it was like 3 weeks or something, because like it wasn't, I think it was like the end of October near Halloween.
Yeah.
And so she's like, you might not get it till after Thanksgiving. I said, well, if that's the case, then it just, you know, wasn't meant to be. But I said that, you know, I'll just put it down tentatively. So she said, that's fine. And then because of the position that I got elected with, she said, well, you know, it is a paying job, so if you want to put it down too. So maybe because of between the government and between the elected position, they got my passport back like expedited.
Yeah.
So instead of it being 4 to 6 weeks, it ended up being in a week. And yeah, with the VA card, allegedly it's supposed to work like Real ID also.
I have real ID, but I think next time I get my license, I think I'm going to have my veteran status point.
Okay. Because I found out if you go the route relating to the passport card, it's actually cheaper than the Real ID, and it lasts for 10 years instead of 4. So I said, you know, if that's the case, then I'll do it, because I told her after I got my passport information that I had to go to the PennDOT. And she said, you don't have to go through all that. I'm not telling you what to do, but if it was me, I would go this route. And she told me the pros and cons. So I said, well, outweighing the costs and everything, you're right.
Well, I suppose I don't have to redo my Real ID.
Well, I think
I
it's...
hope my next driver's license will show that.
Yeah, I think it's every 4 years, but I don't quote me on it because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I think when you like get it once,
Yeah.
you're already that status, so it just renews into it.
Yeah.
At least it would make, you know, more logical sense for it to work that way. Exactly. that's what I kept saying about my passport. I said, my passport hasn't really changed and I still have room in it. And they were like, well, how long has it been? And I said, well, last time since I flew technically was 10 years ago. And she was like, well, I think it's time for a new one. But then what's crazy about it, the first time I saw it, I thought the expiration was, like I said, about 10 years ago. But when I looked at it, I forgot that I got a 10-year passport. So it seemed like the numbers were changed to actually run out this year. So she said since it's still in the buffer of the 10 years, I could just do the renewal and it'll still get back to me a lot faster. So that's how that worked out. I think I told you about the point situation with my credit card. Yeah. That it expires or something. Still a candidate for surgery. Yeah, the stress test is on the 11th, which is the day before they wanted to try to do the original surgery. But Dad said he wanted to try to put it off to at least January. So we all said, you know, it's his body. If he feels he can wait till January, then